you count the eggs?
Yeah.
How many? Man, I'm telling y'all the truth. What is going on, y'all? It's Jason over here at Cog Hill Farm. And y'all, these blackberries are still getting it. And I ain't complaining, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we are loaded down and we still been freeze drying them. We actually, me and Mary Crow actually made some homemade ice cream the other weekend. And I came out here and picked some and just put it on the ice cream and it was so good. I may see if I can talk Mrs. Cog Hill and making her blackberry cobbler, which is on our website. Also, I want to show you guys something while I'm here in the blackberries. If you notice, I've been keeping everything trimmed, right? Especially around the bottoms. But now you can see I'm starting to let the bottoms go. And reason being, this bottom section is going to be my next year's growth. So once these guys quit producing, I'm going to take all this out and we're going to start all over again with the blackberries. So I'm going to pick 2 of these canes down here at the bottom that I think is the best 2 canes. And then those guys will be our next year's growth. So I know I've had a lot of people keep telling me, don't cut that bottom, don't cut the bottom. That's next year's growth. You're doing it wrong. I'm just doing it different, probably different than you have seen or have done in the past. I'm growing these guys on the trellis, and I want all the energy focused on just the 2 canes that I'm growing on the trellis. 2 canes per plant. So I wanted to keep everything clean and cut until it was ready. And now it's ready because we're done growing blackberries for the year. We're just harvesting the fruits of our labor now. Y'all look at there. Peaches done realize she's a pig, I think, y'all. Look at her. Peaches. Do you know how many times I've tried this over the years? Oh my gracious. She likes it on her back end back there. She don't want it on the front end. Y'all, this is crazy. Peaches is 8 years old. And we have tried so many times to make a mud waller for her, to squirt her down. And y'all, she has never liked it. I wonder if Nugget's rubbing off on her. She's done though, see? She's done for the day. Peaches said enough of the flash dancing for her today. I would squirt Jessie, but she's in the back there grazing. I have squirted Jessie before. She's kind of like Peaches. She kind of sits there for a minute and then she walks off. I actually thought Mildred may enjoy it. Now the goats ain't gonna like it at all. You see, they all hightailed it out of there. You know, goats and water do not mix, so. But I was kind of shocked about Mildred. I thought she may like it. Didn't you think she was gonna like it, Nugget? I thought she was gonna like it like you did, buddy. I did. But Mildred did not like it. Unlike you. You love it. Mildred didn't care for it though. Mildred didn't care for it. But hey girl, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Right? Hey Jessie. Hey Mo Man. Cheese, you gonna come get in your pool? Still hadn't seen Cheese get in the pool yet. No. That's okay, buddy. Yeah. Cheese, guess what? I think Brooke is the peacock master. Brooke just sent me a text and said that Miss Lewis is off her eggs. She just saw her walking up through the fruit orchard. So She's headed down there now, and I'm headed down there now. Cheese, how many eggs you think she's got? Huh? How many? You know, I guessed 5. Mama guessed 12. So I guess we're about to see who's right. So this is actually like day 4, maybe 5, since we originally saw Miss Lewis off the eggs. We have not caught her off the eggs since that point. I know she's coming up here to eat. We just hadn't caught her. For those that don't know, our peak hen, Miss Lewis, is sitting on eggs real close to the barn. And we've been waiting for her to get off the eggs so we can actually go look and count how many eggs she has up under her. Plus, it's right by where I got my cattle panels. And we didn't want, well, I need the cattle panels so I can trellis tomatoes, but I didn't want to pull them out with her there because I didn't want her to scare her and her not come back. So we've been waiting for 4 or 5 days now to catch her up so we can get the cattle panels out and count our eggs and count cattle panels too.
Okay. I'm trying to not let the dogs know that I'm down here. Oh, I see eggs. All right, so there's 4 eggs. Boy, I was way off. I said I thought there was going to be 12.
So Brooke's down here counting. I'm hoping she just sent me a text and said she's back off of it.
Trying to get a chain hooked around the panel so we can get them pulled.
Did you count the eggs?
Yeah,
How many?
4.
4. So I was closest.
I was way off, wasn't
I said 5.
I said 12.
You think pulling it was gonna work?
Yeah, I just can't get the chain hooked around.
It's probably because you're sitting on it and...
No, that don't have nothing to do with it. There's so many.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. It came undone. All right, y'all, so we did it. And she's not back yet. So, and I'm out of breath because them cattle panels are long, they're semi-heavy, they're awkward, there's vines growing in them, but we did get them out. Tying them with the chain was just taking too long. And I told Brooke I can just pull them out and just drag them over there faster than we can try to get this chain wrapped up in there. Then there were 2 or 3 on the bottom that the chain would never gotten on. So it was all good, it didn't take me but 2 seconds. But now we can start our tomella. You ever had tomellas? Tomato trellising. But if y'all watched the live stream, y'all heard us talk about how many eggs was up under her. And Brooke said she thought it was a bunch. And I guessed 5. And I don't know how many you guys guessed in the live stream, but I saw numbers popping up. But I was pretty darn close with 5. I was really, really close with 5. And y'all, much to my surprise, I'm pretty happy. We got 15 cattle panels, which means I don't think I'm gonna have to buy any. I think I have enough to do what I wanna do. And that's awesome. I thought we had, but I didn't know we had this many. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not know we had this many. Our next thing is, after we get these cattle panels out of here though, but that is, if she gets up again and we catch her again, and it may be 4 or 5 days again, but if she gets up again, or she's getting up, she's got to eat, but if we catch her getting up, then we may run down here with a candler and see if we can't candle the eggs and see how many are fertile or if any of them are fertile. This time, we think what we're going to try to do is try to actually, you know, we tried to catch them last year and were unsuccessful. We're going to try it again this year. And we got a pen. Do y'all remember the pen that the peacocks stayed in for about 5 to 8 weeks? I can't remember. I think it was 8 weeks when we first moved here. So they would learn that this is their home because they're so territorial. We still have that pen, and it's just not really being used right now. So if we can catch her in the pea chicks, I'm not gonna lie, that breeze does feel good. But if we do catch her in the pea chicks, we will put them in that pen. And there she goes back. Right there, headed back to her nest. Got finished in the nick of time, y'all. Oh yeah. I think that last time, I'll ask Brooke and see what she thinks, but I think all of her babies hatched last time. I think it was 6 total, but I'll ask Brooke if she remembers. Alright, so that's the news on Miss Lewis. So that's good news on Miss Lewis. But you know, we got actually 2 more females, but one of them is young, so she's not gonna lay this year. We gotta name her. We'll have to start thinking about names for her. But the other one, of course, is our original female we've always had, and that is Ozella. Now, Ozella is I think Ozella's 4 or 5. 4 or 5. Her and Scott are roughly the same age. But Ozella started sitting on eggs about 2 weeks earlier than Miss Lewis, to the best of our knowledge. I think we got bad news on Ozella's eggs. Not Ozella herself, but her eggs. If she's over here like I think she might be, that's pretty much going to confirm what I'm thinking. So in the last video, I was actually just randomly filming out, well, I was talking to Brooke, and Mildred came up, and then I caught it. In the back corner was Scott, and I originally thought it was just Scott and the unnamed female peahen. But as the sun kind of shifted, I realized there was another one there, and of course we thought it was Miss Lewis. And so we ran down there, and it wasn't Miss Lewis, it was Ozella. Well, now we've seen Ozella a lot, way more than kind of you're supposed to when they're actually sitting on eggs. So if she's over here, that's probably going to confirm what we're thinking, and that is something's gotten her eggs. She's okay because we've seen her a lot, but if she's not sitting, then there's a reason why she's not sitting on eggs, because she is a good mother. She's a great mother. All right, there's Scott. Tell him, Scott. Attaboy. The turkeys and the peahens like to hang out over here. Yep. Okay. Right there. See, there's 2 female peahens right there. And so that's pretty much confirming what we think. And that is Tommy is a photo bomber. But other than that, and that is something has gotten her eggs. It pretty much confirms it. And yes, I'm laying on my belly. I had to squat down to see underneath this coop, which we intentionally left open so they could have, you know, shelter and shade, and if an aerial predator came up, they could get under here. And that's where they are. And it is 2 of them. So that's like 2 or I think that's 3 days in a row. And yeah, that pretty much confirms what we've been thinking, that her nest and eggs are gone, which is sad, don't get me wrong. Which is... Loki, I'm videoing, man. No respect at all when somebody's videoing. Maybe I ought to get off my belly. But yeah, it is sad that the eggs and nest are probably gone. Fairly certain of it. But it's a good thing that Ozella is okay. Because if you don't know, if you didn't catch Brooks' last video, we caught a coyote on one of our game cameras. We got game cameras set up all around the property and haven't really caught much on them until the last week, and we had a coyote pop up on there. So if you haven't seen her video, go check it out on her channel. Not saying that's what got her eggs, but we have seen a predator that we haven't seen. That we haven't seen before until now. So, and we haven't seen it, hasn't triggered the camera again, and we haven't trapped it. So I think it may be gone. I think it may just been a one-time thing, and it may be gone. Now we're not really worried about, you know, right in here where we are, where the animals are, even where Miss Lewis is. The dogs do an amazing job. They just don't go on that side of the property where the coyote was. That's a good bit of ways from everything else. Never go over there. But over here, yeah, we're I think we're pretty much okay. I think they're just gonna go to the place with the least resistance, and that would be over there for sure. Over here you got 1, 2, 3 dogs, 5 counting the boys, but I don't think they're quite ready yet. Then we got a donkey and Jesse, and we got Nugget. So I think we're pretty good over here. We haven't had any issues whatsoever on this side, but we'd rather be safe than sorry as well. I don't want to kind of rub it in, but you know, I was right about the eggs. For the ones that maybe missed the live stream.
Well, if they did miss the live stream, I don't want to say how many I said she was going to have because it makes me look a little silly.
Oh, well, you said you thought you saw her walk by several times.
Well, I did, and it may have been that she was already sitting on the nest at that time, and that was just her getting up going to eat. I'm trying to help myself here, okay? So, before I tell you how many I guess she was going to lay, what was your guess?
I said 4.
You said 4?
No, I said 5. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's what I was thinking you were, you know.
Yeah.
You were really tooting your own horn by saying 4.
Yeah, no.
You said 5 on the live
5.
stream. Okay. Tucker?
Tucker.
Did you have a guess?
Tucker knew how many it was.
Tucker did?
Yeah.
Well, I bet Pink really knew.
Oh, Pink knew for sure.
Because Pink's her next door neighbor.
Right.
Well, y'all, I hate to say this, but I estimated that she was sitting on, well,
A dozen.
well, I did like this. 12 eggs. So
12.
Nobody could hear me.
12.
12 eggs. You know, I don't want to look real far-fetched. So I said she was sitting on 12 eggs, okay?
12 eggs.
12.
12 eggs.
And I was only off by 8.
I will say this though, you're off by 8. You for some reason, you see her. I haven't seen her not one time, and you said you saw her a couple of times going by, and you saw her the first time when you found her, and then you saw her again when you had the eggs. The only thing is I meant to say this earlier in the video, is that I mentioned that maybe the next time we catch her off, we can candle the eggs, but if we'd have been prepared, we could have candled them today. But we really wasn't prepared.
That's right.
So next time we'll have the candler sitting out where we know where it's at. That way we can grab it and run down there before, because you got a little, probably how long? 10 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, you
got about 10 minutes before she comes back.
She doesn't procrastinate. She gets up and she goes and does her business, and she goes right back. But the day that we thought that she was off the eggs, okay, and that we headed down there to see if she was on the nest, I had the candler in my pocket.
That's right, and
she was on the eggs that day.
I got you.
So yes, next time we will be prepared. We were in a hurry. It was kind of a, you know, you go now or you don't go.
That's right.
So 4 eggs, and you know, I'm gonna say 5 are gonna hatch.
You know, I meant to ask you this because I said it earlier. Is when she had her last set of babies, didn't all
of them hatched? All of them hatched.
That's what I thought. I thought that.
So you know, I'm feeling pretty good that
Yeah.
she's got 4 eggs. If she stays and sits on them, all 4 are gonna hatch.
Yeah.
I do feel pretty good about that.
And we're going to try our best to catch her and the babies and put them up if we can. If we can't, then we're just going to have to do like we have in the past, and whatever happens, happens.
Yes, but our plan is to do our best to put both the mama and the babies in a safe location. Now, I have read some comments, and you guys want to know why we haven't moved her and her eggs to a safe location.
Oh,
now.
we can't.
Y'all, she won't sit on them.
Yeah, they're very peculiar.
And that just is part of her searching for a wonderful place for her to nest.
Yeah.
She feels that's safe. Where we put her would not feel safe to her.
Yeah, she wouldn't sit on them.
She wouldn't sit on them. She would abandon the eggs.
Yep.
So she's in a good place, and
she is in a good spot. It's right here by the house. The dogs are over here. I'm not worried about her over here at all.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I feel good about the situation as far as predators go. And
speaking of Pink, look.
Yep, there she is.
There's Miss Pink.
She's down there taking care of Miss Lewis.
She is. She look like she come from that way.
Maybe she brings her food and drinks during the afternoon, so she didn't have to.
Maybe they have afternoon tea.
Maybe they do.
Or afternoon coffee.
Regardless.
You know, me and you are big coffee drinkers, so maybe that's what it is.
That's right. Regardless, I feel like she's chosen a safe place.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Pink's gonna tell her if any danger comes near.
Pink will send us a text if something happens.
Yep. Got us on speed dial.
That's right.